And for that, I'm joined by Cam Simpson from London. He's a reporter from Bloomberg Business Week who watches this subject and co-wrote that new cover story. So, Cam Simpson, you report on several misconceptions that the U.S. had about ISIS's capacities with regards to oil. What was it specifically that we got wrong?
Boy, I think, William, unfortunately, we pretty much got everything wrong. We severely miscalculated the damage that we had inflicted on ISIL's oil infrastructure during those strikes that started more than a year ago. And, you had David Cohen in that setup piece. Those numbers that he cited, the administration continued to cite for months and months, at least I think 7 months after that, well into this year, that we had bombed their oil revenue down to about $100 million a year. What they discovered this year was that they had not only significantly overestimated the damage that we had done, but I think that they had significantly underestimated the amount of money that ISIS was getting. So the new figure that we have, after a raid deep into enemy territory against the oil emir of ISIS, where they seized a massive trove of intelligence ledgers, is that they're making $500 million a year. So that's a really significant difference. I mean, $400 million is not a rounding error. That's probably enough to pay, most of their armed forces, maybe twice over. It's a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, when you have, power, brutal power as they have over, 8 million people, you can squeeze literally every piece of life in that system. You can tax students, and the tax rates have varied depending on the grade that they're in. You can tax people for working previously for a religiously inappropriate regime, whether they were soldiers, teachers, whatever, and they have to get an identity card that says they've repented. They've charged up to $2,500 for an identity card to say that you've repented, that you have to renew every year for like $200. I mean, they're squeezing everything. They can squeeze everything. There are taxes on utilities. There's taxes on mobile phones. I mean, the idea that you can hit this with UN sanctions and the international banking system, it's just so far-fetched. I mean, it's impossible. When you have control of that many people, you can just continuously squeeze them for all the money that you need. And it's probably even a bigger income source for them than the oil. And they're really good at this. They've been doing this from the beginning, since we've been dealing with them since 2005. I mean, this is the same group we went after in the surge in 2007. And they're just really good at collecting money from every possible source that you can imagine.